So today is review day, and this is kind of a last minute plan because I kind of realized it was Monday. Yeah. And so today's little review thing is actually a book review. Now, I don't read that much, but when I do, I find some pretty good books. And so, this book might not exactly be, you might not be into it as much as I was because, clearly everyone has their own preferences. But if you don't really want to read it, that's fine, because I'm going to give you a review on it anyways. And so today's book, which I'm going to try not to make this maybe too much or not boring, or I'm going to make it, yeah. Okay. And so this is Eleanor and Park, and I just want to say it's a great book, because I also read Fangirl, which I do have actually, and it took me a while to read it, not because I'm a terrible reader or anything, but at least I don't think so, but because I don't really read that much, but we have times where we have to read in class and stuff, and so I have that. And definitely a great book. Pretty much, I'll give you a general idea. So there, it's high school, and I believe they're 15 maybe, and there's a new girl named Eleanor, and she gets on this bus, and on the bus everyone has their own seat. Wherever you have your seat and no one else can sit there. That's kind of just how it works. And everyone kind of just was like, whoa, she stood out as someone really different. And then there's this boy, Park. Park isn't totally popular. He's not he's not with the jocks, I suppose, I guess. But he had a seat next to him that was open. He had open chair, and that was something that kind of meant a lot to him. And she was looking around, and people were like, you can't sit there, or you can't sit here because I don't want you to, or whatever, and being kind of mean and stuff. And so she was getting all flustered, and she didn't know what to do, and the person who was driving the bus was like, you need to sit down and everything, and Park was like, just God damn it, just sit here. And she sat down, and that kind of, and he thought she was really weird and everything, but as you can probably figure out, they end up becoming lovers, I suppose you can say, because they kind of just didn't really talk to each other on the bus, but they had this connection still. It didn't require talking, and it's so cute. It's great. But then the way it ended, I'm not gonna say anything, of course, no spoilers, sorry, but it definitely is just no, I didn't want to finish it. I didn't want that to happen, because it's gonna, no one dies, okay? It's not those type of spoilers, but it just, yeah, it has a lot of reality meaning to it and everything, and it definitely made me think a lot about things, and yeah, but it's a great story, and I could probably read it 5 times again, and it would be great every time. It's so good. But if you I definitely recommend it if you are into cute romantic stuff, and it's definitely humor. Personally, I guess for my age, I'm not really supposed to be reading it or whatever. I don't know. I think I'm pretty mature enough to read it, because there's some parts that are kind of just, yeah. But I think it's really great, and if you are into things like that, and if you pick up this book and you're like, yeah, I could probably read this, well, I definitely suggest reading it, because it's so great. There's not really any boring parts. There's some books out there, that they kind of just drag a little bit, and then you get into it and stuff. I kind of guessed this a little bit. It's kind of just at the beginning, because it took a little bit for me to understand what was going on and stuff, but after I did, I kind of realized it's a pretty serious story, and I could easily tell you the entire story, you know, just from my head. And you can just the way that she writes it, you see it like right there, and it's great, it's amazing, and just, you know, to the author, she's great, and she definitely inspires me, because like I don't really write that much, but I kind of get these pictures in my mind of the two characters, and it makes me want to kind of put it down on paper, but instead of writing it, I want to draw it. And that is great about books. Like, I always imagine myself doing that. So that's pretty much all I really have to say. It's not much of a review, I think. Otherwise, I think it's a great book. If I had to give this book out of 1 out of 10, 10 being the best, I would have to give it, I'm going to give it like, let's see, 8.9, definitely. It's so great. So great. And I'm glad I actually got this, because I was suggested to read it, and just by reading Fangirl. Fangirl was like my life, just by the title. And that's really it. Also, today has kind of been an off day, but I'm trying to pull through, right? Just like you should if you aren't feeling good. Because, you know, there's another day, you know, and if there's not, I'm sorry. Just, you gotta, Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. I don't know, I'm sorry. I always make this awkward at the end, because I'm trying to be funny, but it's not working, and it's kind of getting a long video, and this one's probably, you know, boring. But that's okay, you know, you don't really have to watch the entire video anyways. It's just kind of out there, blop, on the internet. So, I will see you guys next time. So, peace out, YouTube Scouts. Bye.